Hey guys, and welcome to Sunday. Really gotta change it out of this. This is very uncomfortable, and it was a very nice day outside. It's not hot, but it's a nice spring day.
It was almost 70. It was like 65 or something.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Giselle is making dinner. I was out at someone's house just now, and Giselle's been. I was there for like an hour or so, and Giselle's starting dinner. So we had steak at my parents' house, and they gave us steak, and I've been meaning to eat this like all week, but we never actually sat down and like made food together or anything.
Yeah.
So this is all the steak from last weekend, and then this is the thing that Giselle had at when we went out for dinner last week with my parents.
Yeah, it was interesting. This is like it had like the calamari and stuff like that.
Yeah, it has like calamari and shrimp and stuff.
Yeah.
And not oysters. that's the clams. There we go. Clams.
It was very cold, and I wasn't expecting it to be cold.
It was like a salad it was like a seafood salad.
Which
A Mexican seafood salad, which is really strange.
I wasn't expecting it at all, and so I think I'll like it even more hot.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So I'm gonna mix these together and cut up a bell pepper as well.
Yeah.
Like, what are
So
these called?
this will all be mixed together, and then she also threw in some of these potatoes and fish, apparently. So we're gonna have a nice rounded meal, I guess.
I just wanted there to be enough food since this is only like half a steak.
Yeah, the steak, it wasn't very much steak, and there's not very much leftovers from her thing.
It looks like more than it did when it was one piece.
Yes, the one when it was just one piece, it didn't look very much at all. Now that it's cut up, it does look like more, especially when it's going to be mixed in with the shrimp and everything. And so we're just going to share all this stuff, I guess, and we'll have a potato and some fish, apparently. And
I'll throw some random seasonings on it, and hopefully it'll be good. We've had this bell pepper for like 2 weeks, so I hope that's good too.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I've been meaning to use it for a while, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. I was going to ask Giselle if she wanted to watch The Martian with me tonight. Do you? Well, I don't think we ever. Did you ever mention that you read it?
Did I?
I don't know. Or that you started reading it?
I think I mentioned that I read it.
That you started reading it?
Yeah, I definitely mentioned that I read it because we were talking. Yeah, I totally vlogged about it. I don't think you were in the room. Okay. Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have such a bad memory. I don't know. Maybe I was tired when I vlogged about it, but yeah, I definitely talked about how I read it and I liked it.
I'm gonna look at the vlogs from like the past few days.
Unless I didn't, and then you're not
gonna have talked about it at all. I'm just gonna be like, oh, Giselle. What?
Okay, well, I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was fun, but it wasn't my cup of tea for subject matter. But it did put me in a sci-fi mood, and I do feel like reading more sci-fi books, which is unusual for me because usually I lean heavily on the fantasy side. But I'm like, oh, I kind of want to read another sci-fi book, and so
I could recommend some stuff for you.
I want to read The Snow Queen.
Is that science fiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I knew that.
It's about
science
aliens.
fiction. It's science fiction. Yeah. Okay. So we're probably gonna buddy read this The Snow Queen by Joan D. Vinge, whatever. Together soon. We have the audiobook and we have the physical editions also, so it'll be great.
Talking about more reading stuff, I don't know if Chris wants to talk about this reading stuff right now, but oh well, he can suck it up. So Denise Harwood, who is a lovely booktuber, she's mostly an SFF booktuber, but she's good. I like her. I've been subscribed to her for a little while. I don't watch all her videos, but when I do watch booktube, I do like to watch her. And she reads like so much, and she's doing a own little like readathon just for herself in May to read the whole alphabet. So read a book that starts with each letter of the alphabet in 1 month, because she usually reads I think about 30 books a month, so she's like, oh, I can do this easily. So I kind of want to try it, which is really ambitious.
Yeah.
But I think I can do it, so I'm going to try it. There's no Z or X's that I feel like reading, and there might have been one other letter that I'm just like, I can't find a book that I'm interested in, so I may just skip those and do like 23 instead, which is a little bit more reasonable since I was reading about 23 books a month previously. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. So basically my story behind that is that I've been planning out kind of what I want my TBR to be, and I've written down like 3 to 7 books under each letter of the alphabet that I'm interested in reading besides the aforementioned X. It's been fun, and it's been putting me in the mood for reading, so it'll be a good mix of physical books and audiobooks, and I'm excited.
So we did watch The Martian. We watched it all the way through. We sat and ate while we watched and then kept on watching afterwards. and it's over now, and it was a lot of fun to watch. This is like the 4th time I've seen it, I think. I've listened to that book like twice, and watched the movie like 4 times. I really like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I like everything about it. So.
Chris kept trying to explain stuff to me, and I'm like, dude, I just read the book.
I wasn't necessarily explaining stuff. I was just like pointing something out. I was like, "Oh, look, da 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 da," and I was
You'd be like, look, he has a crack in his helmet, and I'm like, I know, I just read the book. Plus, I'm not blind.
Sorry.
So a few of those happened. I liked it. I definitely would have liked it more if I hadn't just read the book, because the book was leaps and bounds better.
It's not leaps and bounds better.
It's leaps and bounds better.
Not when you take into account the visuals of this, the way it's put together, the way that it's made, adds something to it that the book doesn't have.
The book is leaps and bounds better.
The book has a lot more stuff in it that goes into more depth of like. It just made Mark, the main character, way more impressive than the movie makes him seem.
Yeah.
Because he does a lot more in the book.
So much more, and they skip so much in the book.
I mean, yeah, there's one point they skip 7 months in the movie, like.
Yeah, and so they leave out a lot of really important like plot points, like. So I was just like, oh well, that seemed really easy. Where in the book it wasn't really easy. So, and then they took that time that they could have spent on developing, like, the plot for, like, a throwaway, awesome, impressive scene, and I'm like...
It wasn't throwaway. There is something to visually stunning scenes and visually stunning things. That's what a movie is for. So...
I'm just not
that's the point.
artistically minded as Christopher,
that's the
and
point.
I just found it pointless.
Well,
that scene of the movie near the end. Anyway... I liked it. I'd probably give it like maybe 6.5 stars. Maybe a 7-star movie. I enjoyed it.
Out of 10.
Yeah, like the first half was definitely better than the second half. For me, I enjoyed the first half more.
I mean, we focus on Mark a lot more in the movie in the first half, whereas the whole book is from his perspective for the most part. I mean, we do get perspectives on Earth, but most of the book is from his perspective, so you really get to see more into his mind and how he's problem solving, and there's a lot more to problem solve in the book. They really skip over a lot of stuff for time's sake, but
yeah. So I enjoyed it.
I just think it's a very well made adaptation, because it would taking like a 10-hour book and translating it into a 2-hour movie and doing it that well is very awesome, and I just think it's a very beautifully made movie. Just the way everything is put together is very well made, and I love all the actors and the acting in it as well. I think they all did a really good job. So,
yeah.
And I love the music in it a lot too.
I actually recognized a lot of the actors as well.
Just like, oh, that person's in something, and I've seen that person in something, and I've seen that person in something.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
yeah, I've seen most of the people in something before.
Yeah. Well. You watch a lot of movies, though.
I know. I recognize, like, Jeff Daniels and the guy who plays Vincent Kapoor. I don't remember the actor's name, but I've seen him in other stuff. Donald Glover is in the movie. Sean Bean is in the movie. Jennifer Chastain and Kristen Wiig. And so there's a lot of recognizable people.
But it was enjoyable. I'm glad I've seen it now. I think I would have rather waited a couple months, but now... I'm going to make Christopher watch Rocket Man with me. And if you've seen Rocket Man, it's a very silly but fun movie. It's about a guy who goes to the moon.
I was too excited to not watch it. I was like, we have to watch it now. So, I guess that's my fault. But I couldn't help it. I really wanted to watch it right now. I really wanted to watch it, so...
I guess it might have been better to watch it now, though, versus in a few months when I might not have been in the mood for a spacey book.
Yeah.
Or a spacey movie anymore, because a sci-fi movie.
I love spacey stuff. It's so much fun.
And I don't tend to. Nothing against space or sci-fi, but it's just not necessarily my cup of tea usually, and I have to be in a specific mood, which I am in right now, and I'm still currently in, but in 2 months I might not be in the mood, and I might not have enjoyed it as much because of that, so...
I was really surprised how easy it was to get her to watch that movie.
Yeah.
She didn't show any opposition to it.
Yeah, I did. Usually when he's like, oh, can we watch something, I usually put up a fight, but this time I was like, Yeah, we can watch that, and it's mostly because I am still in the mood for something
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Well, it's bedtime now. We're both going to go to sleep. As I mentioned the other day, it was the other day, Giselle and I are going to have an interesting upcoming week. We're going to try really hard to wake up early, go to bed early. It's like 10 o'clock or something like that right now.
It's 10:30.
10:30, so.
Later than we would have liked, but we wanted to finish the movie.
Yeah, and the movie kept, like, cutting out and pausing and doing weird stuff, like, it wouldn't load properly and stuff, so it was being annoying. But we're going to go to bed now. It's sleep time. I did upload vlogs earlier today, and that's great, and some more should go up tomorrow.
And your guys' feedback has been awesome. Everyone was like, oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you're back.
Thank you for wishing us well.
Thank
and
you.
More vlogs, like I said, should be coming up, hopefully, most days this week, if not all days this week. We'll see how it goes, but thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.